everybody? Welcome to another edition of the world-famous low-budget show with Damon Millard. That's me. Thank you guys so much for joining me on today's show. We got a good one. Comedian Kevin Salisbury is here. We have story time with executive producer Gigolo John. We have Damon's Daily 10. And so, settle up, man. We got a good one. What is going on with me? I had to do a show last night, a clean comedy show. I haven't done one of those in a while. Worked pretty blue. Stuff in my life just happens to be dirty. I don't have anything against clean comedy. I just don't. I have a lot of gross stuff in my life that I like to talk about, and parents tend to want to keep me away from their children. But, so yeah, why did it have to be clean? Well, it was because I was doing a show for high school kids, and it was tough, man, because there was, like, what do you have in common with a high schooler? Not much, I remember at one point I was making an MC Hammer joke, and they were like, "Who's MC Hammer?" I'm just kidding, that never happened, but whatever. Yeah, so not only were they high schoolers, but they were also from Scotland. I don't know. What are you talking about? That, like, hey, don't you hate it when your sheep won't start? Yeah, whatever. It was funny because at one point I was like...
I think there's a language barrier, right? What's your first language? What is it? English, really? Oh, wow, because I didn't understand a single word anybody said.
That was weird. But whatever. It was cool. It was fun. And although I was hoping to get a good, clean tape out of it, I don't think it's usable. Just because there's some weird moments. Maybe I'll just do that set again in front of adults and whatever. There was a time where I was like, man... There was a time where I was like, you know what? Screw the script. And then I did go off script a little bit, and I started talking about drinking and stuff.
I don't know. What is it? Is it because I'm 20 years older than everybody in this room? It's so weird. I have booze at my hotel room. Hey, so... Anyway, oh yeah, that got you laughing. Like, hey, we'll be nice to him now. Maybe he'll drink a 40 with us. I will absolutely get all you wasted. Actually, what's the legal drinking age over there? 18, you bastard.
Maybe I shouldn't have, but it don't matter. That's what really hit. It was good. It was good to work it out. A lot of those jokes were older, and it's good because I have a show coming up in Binghamton, New York, my hometown, and so it's good to run some of those old jokes because they'll probably be making it on stage for that show. That's going to be a good one. So if you're in the area and you're seeing this before that show, come down and check it out. It's this Wednesday, April 8th, so come check that out. Oh, here's another thing that's going on with me. Also last night, I had like a night freak out. You ever have this? You ever have this thing? Okay, it's been happening to me for years. I'm a basket case up here sometimes, and here's this one thing that happens to me, and it's been happening for years. Where, like, I'll sleep on my arm, right? I'll sleep on my arm, and the whole thing will go numb. And I'll wake up in the middle of the night, but I'm not quite awake yet. I'm still dreaming, I'm still out, and I think that I'm dying. I'll grab my arm, right? And it feels like you're grabbing somebody else's arm. Do you know what I mean? And so I jump up out of bed. And I'm just screaming, help me, help me, help me. And I buckle down to my knees on the floor. And I'm just like, help. And in my head, I think I'm dying. I think it's the end of my life. I think it's it. And so, yeah. And I was sleeping next to my girlfriend. And she's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are we together? It's already strained around here. I don't need to be adding more stress. Do you guys ever have anything ever like that happen to you? Let me know if you guys experience the same night terrors and panic attacks I do. You can get a hold of me on Twitter at Laughingcock. That's at LAUGHINGCOK. Or you could email me. Here's my email address. It's DamonSMillard@yahoo.com. Don't forget this S. Or, here's a cool thing. I just set up my email on my website, which is Damon@DamonMillardComedy.com. So you could email me here. Or you could just forget about this part and just check out my website, DamonMillardComedy.com. So, yeah, let's see what you got. Also, that's about it, man. I have a longer interview coming up. I almost died. I did a clean comedy show, and I got a comedy show coming up on Wednesday. Let's do Damon's Daily. You guys ready for Damon's Daily 10? Let's do that. Damon's Daily 10. This week, coming in at number 10, we got Smokey and the Bandit. Number 9, when you go to somebody's holiday party and you're way underdressed. Number 8, pee in a public pool. Number 7, listening to Stairway to Heaven backwards. Number 6, milk drunkenness. Number 5, Thundercats. Number 4, if people ever invent time machines, we would always have had time machines. Think about it. Number 3, yo, do you remember Airwolf? 2, if pigeons and rats ever have a war, who will cockroaches side with? And coming in this week, number 1 in the Daily 10, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Alright, that's it. That's it. So stick around. We got an interview with Kevin Salisbury coming up. And right now, let's go check in with executive producer Juggalo John with Story Time with Juggalo John. This part of the show is brought to you by Non-Menthol Newports. Non-Menthol Newports. Warning, may cause birth defects. What birth defects? The birth defect of being wicked cool.
Hey there, guys. Thanks for joining me for Story Time with Juggalo John. Today is Easter Sunday, so let's talk about the miracle and the celebrations, alright? First off, if you got a non-menthol Newport, go ahead and light one of them up, babe, okay? Non-menthol Newports make a great addition to any Easter basket. Alright, now that we got the sponsors out of the way, let's move on with the story. Okay, our story begins a very long time ago, like decades and decades ago. What happened was, after an accidentally being locked in with the animals at the petting zoo for the criminally insane, a woman named Amanda gave birth to a cute little white bunny rabbit. As this little rabbit grew up, he was picked on and bullied at school. They treated him badly. Made fun of him.
Silly rabbit.
As he got older, he would slowly go insane. And to get revenge on those who made fun of him, he would kill their children. The insane white rabbit was eventually arrested for these crimes, but due to a technicality, they had to release him. Outrage! The parents tracked him down to the boiling room where he murdered their children, and they burned him alive. But not even death could stop the insane, murderous rabbit. No! 3 days later, he rose from the dead to hunt children in the one place they could not be protected, their dreams. What a story! Happy Easter, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Welcome back, everybody. How is it going? Joining me now is Kevin Salisbury. How's it going?
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good.
I got a tickle in my throat.
Oh. Do you ever gargle?
No, I have poor oral hygiene, actually. It's...
Is that your dental plan? Your dental plan is fucking mouthwash?
No, it's actually cheap vodka. It does a great job of killing bacteria.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the Low Budget Show. This is our humble studio.
So you call it humble, but I mean, all the welfare jokes you do, this apartment, I'm calling bullshit on those jokes forever now.
Bullshit, dude.
This fucking place is gorgeous.
He's making it up, man. There's
Yeah.
fucking look how many traps, like little rat traps.
I'm not worried about the inside of the apartment. It's the outside. Cause
the outside.
I thought I was in the wrong place. I was like, you sure you mean East 77?
That probably E77 is probably even better.
Yeah, it's rough.
You wouldn't have got into E77.
No.
I'm like, whoa.
I like to drink over there. There's a couple good bars.
There are a couple good spots over there.
You're by a fucking museum. You live across the street from a museum.
There's always probably some Wall Street dude over there, like, looking to suck dick before he goes home to his wife. You know what I mean? If you play this right, man, you can drink free all the time.
So that's the thing. I feel like I'd quit before that, but
Yeah.
that's just me.
Yeah. So, just let's catch some people up. You're a stand-up comic.
Yeah.
You're also from my hometown, Binghamton, New York.
That's also correct.
And a little known fact, you're also from 59 Mary Street.
Woo!
My exact address. Kevin was my downstairs neighbor. I always think it's crazy because Binghamton's like 50,000 people. There's probably a handful of comics from Binghamton.
A few, like not many, but the ones that are there are they're exactly what you think a Binghamton comic would be.
Right. And yet, 2 of those people were living in the exact same apartment. That's crazy.
We're pretty much the same path in life too.
Oh yeah. We have a lot of similarities.
Now it's just we're both here in New York.
Oh yeah, now you're coming to New York, so that's cool.
Getting our dicks sucked by businessmen outside of museums. I'd actually say that's a life improvement. Like if I were to go outside right now and get a suck off from some rich dude, like all right,
this is the classiest guy to ever suck my cock.
I'm not in Binghamton anymore. I'm in New York doing things.
The worst businessman sucking your dick in Manhattan is better than the best chick sucking your dick in Binghamton.
Any 55-year-old banker down here is easily a hard 6 in Binghamton as a female.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Anyway, we shit on the place, but we love it, right? Do you love it?
No, I hate it with a fucking passion. It's not even a hate thing. It's you know when you're poor and you eat a lot of ramen, and at some point you're just like I can't fucking eat this ramen anymore, and you have to keep eating it. That's Binghamton to me. Binghamton is like a cold bowl of ramen soup that I have to eat every fucking day. It's a horrible place. And a lot of people, they're like, oh, upstate, yeah, it's like mountains and stuff. It's like, yeah, a little.
Yeah.
There's parts that aren't mountainous. There's parts that are basically a landfill with people living in it. It's slowly dying because the students stop staying. You know what I mean? There's a college there, but the kids stop staying in Binghamton after a while. They're just like, they caught on. Is what to think. When we don't have to fucking stay. We graduated, we can leave, and then they left. So
yeah, it is bad, but whatever, man. It is what it is, dude.
I'm slowly moving out of that.
Yeah, but I mean, you did what you could do, right? Because you started. I mean, there pretty much was no comedy there, right?
There was nothing. There was like when I started, it was one guy who would book a show like once a year. And there was a Giggles comedy club, which is...
You started... Was Giggles still there when you
Giggles
started?
was just about to close. I had went there and asked the guy who ran it. I was like, hey man, I never did stand before. Do you have like open mics or anything? And the guy might as well told me to fuck off.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, all right, well, I see this is how it has to be.
Oh, thank you.
So I did what most people do in that situation. I went to a shitty bar and did stand up for my friends and family and ate shit.
Oh, yeah.
for about 3 years. And then I picked up, you know, the first couple of years were interesting because Binghamton's not an area that's known for having a heaping pile of comedians. It was like me and the first shows I were doing, I understood that a comedy show had to be a certain length, so I was like, well, I have to do a lot of stand up all at once.
Yeah.
So, my first...
Oh, yeah, so you were forced to do, like, chunks.
Like, I did.
Long
I was
before.
doing, like, hour and a half long sets. Never done stand-up before.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
So-
don't take this the wrong way, but those must have been brutal.
Those were the dog days, man. You get through 20 minutes... Because I was dumb. I put all my best shit first.
Yeah.
And then, there's still an hour of shit, like just horrible jokes. Like I wish I could remember some of them, but it's every comic when they start out, they're like, I need to be crass and bitch. And it's essentially what it was. And then, I don't know, I guess I refined it. I actually became angry later in life, and that's when my stand-up started meaning something.
Yeah, Angry Kevin. That's what my buddy Mark always would call you. Oh, is Angry Kevin going to be on this show?
Angry Kevin.
Every time I would do a show in Binghamton, they'd be like, "Oh, is Angry Kevin going to be on that one?"
Yes, it's not even angry.
I liked it, though.
I'm pissy. I don't know. I'm pissy.
But you're at least exploring like themes. It's like you're not just up there yelling.
Goddamn women.
Fucking kids.
No, I have.
And fucking women, and then moving on.
There's a point to it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it gets pretty interesting when I'm performing in front of younger crowds, though. The idealistic kids who are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with the new knowledge and shit. They don't like to hear words like cunt, and.
And you can't.
Well, you're under fucking as a comic now. You're under a microscope, no matter where you are. In Binghamton, not really the most progressive place in the world, but it still has. It still has its.
Notice. Here's what I noticed when I do anything about religion in Binghamton. It's closed off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because those people need religion more than anybody else. You know what I mean? It's their lottery ticket. You know what I mean? They're like, well, this life sucks. I gotta believe.
It's that Binghamton's residents are basically that black guy that goes to jail, and he's like, man, I'm going upstate, better fucking convert to Islam now.
Yeah.
There's a guy just killed some kid, and tried to kill the kid's girlfriend in their basement and set the fucking house on fire and stuff. Now, I'm not going to imagine he was a Muslim before he got arrested and went to jail for this, but then you see him in court right before sentencing, and he's got the fucking...
Kufi?
Yeah, he's got the kufi. Is that what it's called?
I don't know. I made that up. But I think I heard that before. I've been in...
If your religion has attire that people can just make up the word for in their head on the spot, it's not that.
I think it might be that. We might.
The kufi.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get Google on the. We're gonna get Google Facts right here, right now. It's happening right now. What does it say down there?
We need a Google Facts ticker that just goes across the bottom. It's like this.
We need a fact checker like right
incorrect.
here. Just some nerdy chick like off to the side, like.
I think you could probably get some nerdy chick to do that. I wish that I had gotten into comedy in New York sooner. Because it's a weird fucking thing.
Yeah, it takes a while. Like, I'm just getting now. I've been here I'm 2 years in, just here.
Yeah.
And, because I was a king in Milwaukee. I felt like a king, you know what I mean? And then I come here and it's just a fucking crash course.
Nothing.
All your self-esteem out the window.
Yeah.
You give up on all your jokes that are just, they work. You've done them in pro rooms. You're fucking getting paid off these jokes, and then you tell them in front of like
NYU students.
Yeah, somebody with a laughing Buddha notebook, and you fucking, and then and they don't laugh, and then all of a sudden you're like, I don't know how to do this.
Well,
so that's this breakdown process.
Well, that's to me. I mean, we were talking about that earlier. I still will not subscribe to that because I know where I'm from. Everything I've done so far has been pretty fucking good. I mean, I've been doing it 7 years, and I come here. And then you get these comics who've been doing this shit for like 6 months, and they know everything. For some reason, they have advice for you. It's like, listen, asshole. Like I think I've paid my fucking dues. It doesn't have to be here, but it to me, it's the newer crowd. It's the newer batch of comics who are, who basically ruin comedy for me.
Yeah, but
it's really hard to say, like, this is what I chose to do as a career a long time ago, and now it just seems like anyone with some dipshit idea can jump into it. The mics here, just to me, it's a lot of comics wanting to feel like they're doing something in comedy.
Everybody wants to change the world.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you're gonna change the world in this dank basement.
Dude, your job isn't to change the world. Your job is to make that fat lady and her fucking skinny husband laugh. It's their date night.
Exactly.
They fucking paid $60 for a babysitter, $25 each to get in, $25 on each drink that they're fucking... Just say fart. Just say it.
They don't want to hear you talk about cisgender rights. It's no one fucking cares. It's
I was at a contest yesterday, and this guy, white kid, skinnier, younger than me, wouldn't shut up about racial rights, and it's like, dude, you're not really the authority. You know what I mean? Stick to what you know. Write what you know, man.
Well, I feel like it's a guilt thing.
It is.
Because their dad said the N-word, you know.
At Thanksgiving.
Yeah, at Thanksgiving, it's like, oh God, I gotta do something. I gotta cleanse my soul of my dad's mistakes. Like, no, you fucking don't.
Yeah. Or like these same guys I'm talking about, they'll throw their grandmother under the bus for a punchline.
Yeah.
Because your grandma grew up in the 20s. Of course she's racist. Don't fucking bring it up at a mic to get a fucking little giggle. There's 3 people here. You know what I mean?
Those are the mics where there are only 3 people, and they're the comics that are still they haven't gone on yet.
Yeah.
And those are in the places that you would feel like there'd be the best mics, like the clubs and shit.
Yeah.
And then you go to, you know, Pete's Rib Shack across town in the back room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hidden gems here, man. That's one good thing.
It's such a weird. I feel like everything is done backwards here.
Yeah, it's a dense scene. There's so many different circles. You can run around here every single night, and somebody else could be out there every single night, and you might not bump into them for months.
The smaller scenes, you know, like the farm town scenes, I guess, those are so much easier to run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because half of the crowd is your friends and family, then people who straggle in, and the comics, you all know them, you know.
Yeah.
And down here, it's just like to me, it's the fucking Wild West. You know, you can't really get a gauge on it, but
yeah. And another thing about that is, like, in Binghamton, when something happens, it's the only thing happening. You're not up against a million things.
We're up against the Speedy Fest.
Oh no.
Boy howdy. We did my first year. I did the first year of the comedy festival. I did no research at all about what else is going on. Because I'm thinking, it's Binghamton. There ain't shit happening.
Oh, you went head to head with the Speedy?
We went head to head with the Dick's Open, which, for anyone that's not familiar with upstate dealings, it's essentially a few day long golf tournament.
Yeah, it used to be a PGA tournament.
Yeah, it still is, but I just think it's like, it's bullshit. And they have one big, I say big music act. I mean, big for Binghamton.
Right.
Like, one year we had Rob Thomas there. He was like 4 years after he left Matchbox 20, and I was like, fucking Rob Thomas is here. Woo! Yeah. We had Tim McGraw one year, so
we're still holding out for Whitesnake. They might come. They might.
We've been sending messages to their reps. But the first year of the festival, we're up against the Dick's Open, and it's Tim McGraw. Tim McGraw's head. Now I'm thinking, like, how many people are really gonna go watch Tim McGraw? And then I forgot how many trailer parks were in the fucking. Dude, Binghamton was a ghost town. Like, nothing was happening, and we had, you know, really decent things. Like, each day had 3 or 4 shows, multiple venues. Like, and the tickets were cheap. But fucking Tim McGraw.
Fucking buried your ass.
Dude, so far underground. Like, this dude, they showed a picture. This is how I'm still mad at Tim McGraw, and also I doubt Tim McGraw will ever watch this. But if so, I hope your wife fucking cheats on you, asshole.
Just fight Tim McGraw.
I would fight Tim McGraw.
I think we should get a Kickstarter going.
That fake country motherfucker.
I had a big.
That would be a great Kickstarter. To raise money to buy me a plane ticket to where the fuck he resides, and I will go. I walk up to his fucking door and I will knock on the door. I'll grab Faith Hill's titties in front of fucking Faith Hill's titties, squeeze her ass, and be like, "Does this your song with Nelly sucked, Mr. McGraw?" And then I would fight him in his front fucking lawn in front of his kids. Piece of shit. You fucked me out of like $80.
You owe me $80.
Fucked me out of $80 in ticket
or
sales.
2 teeth, you
You
motherfucker.
sack of human shit. Fuck you, Tim McGraw.
Yeah.
But yeah, the rest of the weekend was alright. But they showed a picture the next day in the paper of how many people were there, and
off the McGraw shot.
oh my god, yeah, it was.
Was it like an aerial shot?
It was an aerial shot. Fucking sea of people, like a lot of Nips shirts.
I like Nips,
dude. A lot of Nips.
Dude, I'm gonna retire and I'm still gonna be pulling chicks out of Nips someday.
It's not hard, man. It's Nips.
It's Nips, dude.
If anyone doesn't know what Nips is, type in on Google.
Binghamton
We'll
Nips.
need the ticker again.
Oh yeah, right here. God damn it! Every time we do this, it makes me do work.
But it's gonna look like stupid shit if you don't actually do.
No, I'm gonna do it.
If you get lazy. Nips Park Ave Saloon on Park Ave. I saw one guy sing "Get Down with the Sickness" at karaoke there.
Yeah.
That was pretty.
Did he
good.
do this?
He did everything. There's a guy there. He also he did Turn Down for What. My buddy saw him do it the week before, and I was like, I have to go. So I went the next week, and he did it. He fucking Turned Down for What on karaoke. That's like doing tequila.
Oh my gosh.
The fucking dumbest song to choose.
Oh, that city.
Yeah, Nips Park Ave Saloon.
Well, let's get back to, because you run Binghamton Comedy, right? It's like,
Yeah.
So after you started producing, you decided, let's start a company or like just like a production group, you know?
We needed a
Keep it
banner
neat.
to be under, because, you know, when you're doing comedy shows, everyone likes to have a cute name for it. Like, you know, a lot of it will have nothing to do with comedy. I've seen Flat Tire Comedy, so on and so forth comedy, but like Binghamton Comedy, it's in Binghamton, and it's comedy, and it worked. You know, and that was just so we had something to put on the flyer, so it looked like I wasn't some jerk
Just some jerk.
doing shows in a tiny bar.
Kevin's comedy show.
Kevin's great comedy show.
Kevin's really great comedy.
Super funny comedy hour night.
Yeah.
It was, and then you know that Binghamton Comedy didn't even really start being like a thing, like with a title until a few years ago. Really, it's more right before the festival started up.
Yeah.
Because like I said, we just needed it to seem a little more legit. And also when you're approaching businesses and stuff for sponsorships and goods and services, you have to you're like, so what do you call your stuff? Like Binghamton Comedy.
When I first started Cast the Killers, we didn't have cards. I wrote our numbers on a fucking piece of paper this big, our emails and our numbers on like a scrap piece of paper, and I just had them ready to go.
That's the worst.
Oh,
man.
so bad, but you know. But yeah, but then you build up, and then you start doing these good shows.
Well, I have this weird. This is why, if you're a broke person, or you don't subscribe to the general, flow of life, which most adults do, like paying your bills. Don't get business cards, because your number's gonna fucking change a lot.
Oh yeah.
I've had like 4 phones in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And I've gone through so many different business cards.
You should just put like a blank line on there, so
Like,
they can
I
fill
just
it in
write
later.
it down. See, I don't think about that kind of shit.
Cause you know what, my email keeps changing, you know, and not that I couldn't keep an email address, but whatever.
You can't go from castofkillers at gmail.com and then not be involved anymore, because then people are gonna wonder what you do for a living.
That's true. Matter of fact, my new email is Damon at DamonMillardComedy.com.
Damon.
That's right.
Damon Millard Comedy.
You know what you guys should do? You should just put in a random name at DamonMillard.com and see if somebody gets back to you. Biff at DamonMillardComedy. Hey! Someone sent me a message.
What am I getting these emails about? Comedy show.
Is my daughter alright? Like, what?
Biff.
Biff.
That's the first name he went to, was Biff.
I heard you're having you always bring in like cool guests, right? Like you've had some pretty
In
big names up
Binghamton?
there.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Stanhope.
We had Stanhope, at the end of 2013. We had, there's a lot of New York comics that are pretty popular. Like Kurt Metzger was on the last one.
Yeah, I just saw him. He's pretty good.
Look, Jessime Peluso's been through. Right now, I got a great story for you. We're gonna bring Gallagher there, that sack of shit. Fuck you, Gallagher. I'm gonna send this to his fucking asshole manager, too. She's the worst.
You got beef with every celebrity.
I fucking, here's the thing, man, is I met Gallagher, and I was like, whoa, it's Gallagher. Stoked. And, I shot the shit with him, because this is when I was doing a show in Utica, which is a real small town way, way upstate. I was staying in the same hotel that Gallagher had done a show in the night before. And, Gallagher's outside smoking a joint, and I roll in. The guy who promoted the show that I was on was like, hey, Gallagher's staying in the same hotel as you. I was like, awesome. So, I was like, I'm going to look for Gallagher and fucking find Gallagher and see what happens. So,
so would you just knock on every single
No, I was walking in
Gallagher's room?
I'm walking into the hotel, and there he is outside smoking a joint. So I fucking smoked a joint with Gallagher, shot the shit. And, I was like, hey, I'm a promoter in Binghamton. I was like, I'd love to book a show with you down there, because I assumed he's not doing too well.
Yeah, he's
And
doing
it's-
hotels. He used to sell out arenas.
Yeah, now it's good. Gallagher is pretty cheap. If anyone's wondering, yes, Gallagher's cheap as fuck. But the agreement was I would be, traveling, because I would be doing the shows with him. Because I booked a run for him. I booked a few fucking shows for him.
Oh, wow.
And I was supposed to be on these shows with him and as an opener. So right after we book all the dates and everything set in stone, his manager and him, I never got the full story of this, but someone got a hold of each place, was like, well, Gallagher doesn't want any openers. I was just like, oh boy, you motherfucker.
Oh, man.
So I did this guy a favor, and got him to run his shows. Because at this point.
Did he still do those shows?
Oh, he did the fucking shows, yeah. I didn't see a cent of it. But this guy, at this point in time, was going on the radio stations there in Utica and basically asking people for a place to fucking stay.
Gallagher?
Yeah, Gallagher, if you look this up, type in Gallagher and Utica, New York, and right here, and Gallagher, I shit you not, was on air looking for a place to fucking stay, and a family took him in.
Oh, wow.
And
He's couch surfing.
It's the kind of family you would expect to take him in, too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like some old guy and his wife who fucking loved Gallagher way back, and now he's
yeah.
staying with him. And he's
stealing all their watermelons and shit. Hey, there was 9 watermelons in here, Gallagher. You know anything about that? Yeah, I don't know anything.
fucking
Yeah, there was no watermelons here.
Dude, he was a dick, man. You go from being one of the most well-known comedians
Yeah.
in the fucking world, and now you're doing the Radisson in Utica, sleeping on niggas' couches.
Dude, this is a scary ass business.
Yeah, that makes me not want to do it, but that's my beef with Gallagher. I have beef with everybody. At some point, someone's gonna get mad at me.
Yeah.
It's fine.
That's, that's cool.
That's why I'm really interested to see where.
Dude, you know what? If
My
you
path to
beat
New
up
York.
Gallagher, you're instantly famous.
Yo, dude.
It's only 15 minutes, but you're famous.
That's a 15 minutes I can do a lot with.
Shit, we're running out of time. I heard you have a really good guest coming up April 8th? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
April 8th. It's like one of the best guys you ever booked.
Yeah, this homo Damon Millard. Yeah, he's gonna be making the long trek from New York City.
To play a 50-seater.
Yeah, a 50-seater.
A 50-stander.
We're hoping it sells out.
Yeah.
we would just appreciate it, even a modest crowd, but
Yeah.
we'll see. And that was you plugged your own show.
You see
Usually,
that? Because I'm hoping to get this out beforehand. Maybe I won't,
Yeah.
and it'll just be weird.
it comes out the afternoon
It'll
of.
come out after.
You got a show coming up, right?
Yeah,
And then
that's right.
edit it today.
Thanks for stopping by.
Sure, man.
It's good. Now that you're in the city, I'll have you back on.
I'm gonna go check out the museum next door. Some fucking dinosaur bones.
Oh, that's great. Oh, it's Wednesday. I think it's free admission.
Shut up.
There's free admission days.
I'm gonna
You
do
can
it.
fucking find that out right here. Free admission at the Natural History Museum.
You better show this to them and try
Ah.
to get a few bucks out of it.
Oh yeah, I'm plugging all this shit, man. I'm plugging Gallagher, watermelons.
Fucking Tim McGraw.
Yo, I want some of that
bitch ass.
watermelon.
Tim McGraw, I'm coming for Fate's puss, nigga.
Oh my
I'm gonna
gosh.
squeeze that ass.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, he dropped the N-bomb, but
Twice.
he's multicultural. So
I can, yeah, I
so you
got
can
it.
do that.
I've got my pass.
It's not even the first guy to do it on my show.
I've got my ghetto pass. It's really just my Metro card. But
All right. Well, I'm gonna get out of here before we say anything else. I want to host the Daily Show someday, you motherfucker. All right, that's it, guys. Tune in next week where our guest is going to be a crossing guard who touches little boys. All right, thank you so much. That's the end of the Low Budget Show. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Bye.